Hello, hello, hello. Today we're gonna go over the American Heavy, the M6Y. I don't know why the sixth is the 9 and the 5th is the 10. I don't know, there must be some weird calculations going on, or it's just wargaming doing wargaming things. Who knows? Who knows? We have to ask wargaming about it. Now this tank is quite the one. How to put it in a good way. It's not a good tank, but it's not a bad tank. It's kind of average, and it's gonna play Huldam, but not really Huldam because we got those two huge cupolas on it. And the gun that I'm showcasing now is the middle tier gun. This thing is 6.5 seconds reload with a whooping of 251 AP pen and 1223 shell velocity. The heat has 300 pen, so it's respectable for a tier 9, I would say. You can actually go around and hit, various things in cupolas with the heat pen. I mean, just cupolas, but you can pen good flat armor. The heat has around 900 shell velocity. The HE has 53 pen and 900 shell velocity also. The small gun on this tag is very comfortable when it comes to gun handling. It's a kind of a, you can throw it in there and it won't do too much, it won't cause too much problems with you. You can take easy snapshots, you can easily react to things. I basically tend to use this tank since it doesn't really like to play this close hold down. Even a T29 is deadly for me because of the two big cupolas. If you had one cupola, you could kind of dance around and, wiggle and dodge with it. But since you have two big ones, it can be quite the struggle playing Huldam with it. And the other thing is that when you peek this, they see your cupolas way before you even see them. So you have that kind of problem. Like, I didn't even see the T29 there, and it's still just black cupola. Same with this Conqueror. When I'm this close, even on far distance. So the kind of way, and you can also not side scrape with the tank. So the armor and the weak point of it is not so good. You could try reverse side scraping, but I'm still not confident overjoyed with that. And that's the shortcomings of this guns, this small gun, this 320 Alpha. Oof. It's a little bit too little sometimes, but it makes up for it when you kind of get going with it. So the armor is not awesome. Put it in my little perspective, I think this tank is below the Conqueror. I think it's below the French Huldam Beast as well, the tier 9, AMX M445, 54, 45 is the tier 7. And I think the phase 1 is just 2 times better. Not 2 times, but it's better than this thing. This M4Y, 6. It's a 6, it's not a 4. I'm already confused with all these different Roman numbers. And here I'm trying to overtake this 45 TP to kind of get through, get around. And I see that we are lost the entire other side as well. And we are collapsing hard. But we are kind of compact team, so we're good. But back to rating the tank, I think it's sort of above the M103, but the M103 kind of rivals it still, even though the M103 is a big lapping stock of a tank, I would say. It's so easy to pen it, but they have improved M103, so it's not as bad as before. It's a great gun. But this thing has the gun handling, as you can see, it's kind of easy maneuverable. Mobility of the tank is rather okay, to be honest. It's you get around the place. You don't feel slow. You cap out 40 kilometers. You could not choose the equipment so I haven't put a turbo on it, just to get it a little bit faster. Can we get the shot in? Nice, we can. All right, and I see we are collapsing big time behind me. So I'm just gonna book it real quick, and I'm almost the only one alive, and I went very deep here. It's gonna be trouble getting up, but nope, with some wiggle and waggle, some swiggle and swaggle, we're getting up there, and we know we're spotted. They just took care of the Leo. No, the Leo drowned. Get a shot off. Nice. Alright, there's still one Viking breathing here. Let's see how many they have to send at me to get me here. We're getting trapped in here. We're trying to get to the corner because I know there's a kind of okay last stand position. Here we go. The capers are from behind. Dab him a little bit. And now we get into the corner. Alright, here we go. It's Viking time. It's Viking hours. Let's see how many champions they need to send me to get to me. Alright, the Caper said we got him, we can push him down. The Primo Victoria's rushing in. We need to get rid of him as well. See if we can bounce a shot or something to stay alive. Oh, now it's the bounce. Kill the Primo Victoria with faster reload than him. The Caper said drown behind us. Can we dodge this? No, we cannot. Oh, one of the cupolas. Alright, we got another one down. So 3 down. Uh-oh, here comes another champion who thinks we can claim the death of us. Oh my god, we wanna go to Valhalla, but we're not ready yet. We need to take one more with us. Alpine Tiger, you're gonna go down as well. This is not your day. You should give me Valhalla. Can you give me Valhalla, 122? Can you give me Valhalla? No, he misses. Alright, another one. Oh, another one. This is all ours. The 122 has a very slow reload, so we are quite fine here, actually. Oh, another one. Man, we are not getting sent to Valhalla. We need to send more champions towards us. 122 bounced us. Here comes the next one. I think he's afraid. I think he's afraid, this 122 44. Man, I'm just a simple Viking that just wants to go Valhalla. Just want to see Valhalla one more time. For the last time, for the only time. Here we go. Another worthy champion incoming. Let's see what you got, Renegade. Let's see what you got. Alright, we are ready. Come on, come on. Let's see if we can get a good shot off first and bounce. And he uses his weight. Oh. Oh. But that was it. Let's go into the next replay. But first, battle statistics. So we can check out another gun. With the quick last engagement there, we managed to rack up a 7,431 damage, 7 kills, and 1,123 experience. Unfortunately, I cannot do a better post screen. We just gotta stick with this. But let's hop on to the next replay. As we get going to the second replay, will I show off the big gun? We had the small gun and a mid gun, I would say, in the previous battle. I have to correct myself. It's 315 heat pen on the small gun. Oh, mid gun. Oh, I'm so used to saying small and big gun. Well, it's the mid gun, the mid tier gun. While this is the big gun that I'm going to be showcasing. You have roughly 9 seconds reload around there, which does have the 300 heat pen and 1000 shell velocity, and the AP has 243 AP pen and 1000 shell velocity, and then you have 60 on the HE pen, which has 900 shell velocity. So this tank is already, it's kind of like predestined to just go and use heat, so it's a little bit boring in that you heat and HE. I still load up some AP just to not, you know, run my economy into the ground. So it's I don't like that when it's the same. It just favors the other ammo all the time. It doesn't come up with, oh, I gotta have this shell for this opportunity. It would be better for that, but hey, sometimes simplicity is the good. Well, this tank has less dispersion. He has 36, while the previous gun had 34. The gun handling is feeling kinda meh on this tank, I would say. I think when you have a fully field modded, then you might start seeing, oh, okay, maybe the big gun is better than the mid gun. I think the mid gun is just so much better for this tank. But even the tank, how you fight and how you work with it, you will see what I mean as we get going here up on the hill on Malinovka. The caliber is 120, which is kind of nice. You kind of smack through a lot of more different type of overmatch armor. And here we go, VK. A little bit confused if you should aim on the up plate or side. The thing about this double cupola and this range is that we are weak with it. It's a weak thing as I struggle to kind of keep up my aim. And here we go, AP. And it just does not bend I6 upper plate from this distance. I mean, okay. I mean, tough shit, I guess. There we go, bend the turret instead. I dabbed a little bit on the top speed and the mobility. It's quite nice. I do have intuition, so I could reload over to heat and bonk this IS-3-2. And I'm just saying, I'm gonna stay here until I take damage. And so far, I'm taking no damage. See on this long range how the turret kind of comes to alive, how it becomes a little bit harder for them to shoot at me. Yeah, it's an AP shooting T-54. I think he would have penned that if he had heat. So I think we're a little bit lucky with that. Try to get some shots off. And play nice and slow. Let's see if we can get around this T-29 to shoot the Tiger P. Maybe. Alright, here we go. And smack him. Well, this 120mm gun has 400 alpha, so we bumped up with the 80 average damage, 80 alpha damage. So it can be quite a nice tank. Ooh, nice track on the Burask. Feel a little Burask. Oof. Oh, only a dead Burask is a good Burask. Yeah, let's dab in an HE. Smacked. Big smack. You have roughly 1,800 hit points, which I think is in the average, to be honest. It's okay, you do tend to use the hit points. But what I like about the small gun is plays like these, where you can rush in and move around. That's when the small gun really comes to life. This thing is more like the how you play the Conqueror, how you play the 51, AMX 51. I said 54 in the previous replay. It's the AMX. What is the tier 9? AMX M451. Yeah, that is the tier 9. Yes. Pretty much how you play those tanks and the phase 1. You just play hold down, shoot once, go back, and back and forth like that. It's pretty much how you play it when you use the big gun. So if you really like to replay those type of tanks with a way worse turret, not way worse, but worse turret, then be my guest. Go for it. But I like this unique, a little bit more unique type of heavy. This maneuverable, low alpha, good pen, but very good gun handling, so you can really jump around, jump in, you know, perma-track people, move around kind of semi-quickly. And I kind of notice here that how the game sort of halted down. You need someone to get a forward and spot. As I was moving down there, I really hope I was not getting spotted, but I think the ELC saw me somehow, and I'm really hoping to pick up the ELC in the way back. Here, my goal is, what can I spot, what can I find? I have a lot of hit points, I can look everywhere. I don't have the big view range, I mean I have almost full view range. We will touch on that with when we get to the garage, why I don't have full view range on this tank. And I hoped I would get up here, but I didn't. But hey, we got the SU-100 spotted, that's good. Unfortunately, it was not my spot, it was someone else. Oh, and then the Renegade died. Here we go, can we get a nice HE on the steer? Nope, he died before. But I kind of spotted how there's nothing here, both of them died. There should be nothing here that spots me. Maybe something spots me on the right. But I'm gonna keep to my left. Obviously there's something nasty in the forest, and I see on the tank list how, I6 spots me, and he smacks me for a 400 flat. Okay, that is a problem. I hope it would be clear in front of me. Yeah, and here we see the gimmick, a little bit, with the tracks, that you don't get tracked with the break one of your tracks. You need to break both of your tracks. But we're gonna freebie IS6 now. It looks like we're unspotted, and an AP with a pen, I believe. I believe that one just dabbed into the tracks. There we go. Hit the engine deck on the side. Can we finish him off? It looks like it. Good line shot. Nope. This IS-6 has some really good armor. And the TN-1000 cleared them out. That's good by the TN-1000. We're gonna see if we can't spot this SU. You know, the tree was in the way. He was here somewhere. Gotta watch out for the left. We have no idea where this VZ is hiding. Okay, he's back. He's definitely, yeah, he's definitely the one that spotted us. This move forward can, uh-oh, that is a bad thing. 54, he got the heat now, the T-54. See, we really want to spot this SU-100, just to limit their guns. Yeah, that's perfect. Yeah, and he's gone. You can kind of do this play that I did if the right side is clear. That mean, then you can kind of search forward. Obviously, it's kind of bad with the IS-6 up there, where he was, where we killed him. That is kind of the thing that you need to make sure it's gone or dealt with, or that is no one is there. Oh, that's a lucky hit, but we take it. That heat pen is coming to alive. But I'm kind of realizing we're not getting any more traction out of this area. I can't just rush forward because of the VZ and the T-29. I'm easy pickings for them. Waiting for a good angle. Could have maybe found a better angle to fire on. The gun depression that you have is -10, and the gun elevation is 20. So you can really point this gun everywhere, up and down. And you have moderately fast turrets, turret traverse as well. So you don't. It's kind of hard to flank it, and you know when you finally get it perma-tracked, that you keep it perma-tracked and just go around it, that the turret won't catch up to you. So you have to be very maneuverable and agile tank to circle around this one. Something that I've not touched on is the amount of armor, and the turret armor it says is 330. 330 turret armor. That is gigantously amount of armor. But with the two cupolas, it kind of negates the big armor. But it means also that they really have to hit the cupolas. I've seen the kind of overmatch somehow, the top of the turret. I don't know, it seems like when big guns hit the cupola, if they hit kind of low, they penetrate, they get that ugly penetration through the whole turret, it looks like. So I don't know if it's just because of the armor at the cupolas or something like that, or maybe it's just a visual thing. Here I'm thinking, well, since I can't get through where the T-29 is, I have to rotate, and what better rotation isn't it to go up the north again? We could have gone maybe south, crossed over the lake here, and then we're going south and just, you know, bomb rush the 54 from a closer distance. But I thought maybe I'll go, you know, back up the hill, make sure we take this area first. And it looks like I made the right call. This TN-1000 is about to get pushed by the the big nasty diesel 111G fake tank. Or FT, sorry. Maybe it's not a fake tank. The hull armor is 165. And like I said, you can't really side script because of the frontal shape of the armor. You can sort of bait with it. It's like you can side scrape initially. The sort of everything from the mid tank to back of the tank. That is fine to side scrape, but as soon as you go for the peak and boom, that's where I have the good angle. As you can see where I took one hit there on the front left. I'm gonna see if we can find its VZ. Yeah, we can get spotted. We didn't get spotted there, so we're gonna move in here to see if we can't. Oh, there we go. Use the trees. Make sure we hit. Oh, there's the bigger target though, and we did get spotted. To make sure about this T-29. He's hull down, but we did have the turret maybe. With heat, I'm kind of saving the heat with the tank destroyer there as well. I think we just disappeared now. Let's do one shot. Maybe he thinks I might still be aiming him, so he's pinned. Looks like this VZ is permanently spotted, so we want to see if we can't get a freebie shot on him. As we wait. But I never really found a good situation to get a side script going with this tank. Obviously you can use it too. Can we... a little bit faster shell velocity and he would be dead. But I think that track really was really good. Oh, here we go. Nice, that's a good damage. That's some important damage. Seems like the T-29 is peeking, maybe? No, he's moving. Now we know that the VSEL is very low. We can go back to the T-29. Yeah, alright, good job. T-29 took out him. That's a really good job by my T-29. Oof. And also when you side script, you're kind of showing the cupolas before you peak a lot of times. So you gotta be watchful for that as well. Watch out for that as well. Sometimes when you have these big cupolas like a Renegade M60, you can kind of, you know, hide one of the cupolas. But hey, we managed to clean it up. So let's go to my scuffed battle statistics and then we hop into the garage. We pulled up a 5,793 damage, 1,330 base XP, so another ace there, and 3 kills, which is pretty fine, and 1,918 spotting damage in that game. But let's hop into the garage and talk more about tanks, equipment, and crew. And in the garage, we go over the crew, equipment, shells, consumables, and field modification. First of all, the crew, it's what I talked a little bit with the Tier 10, this Tier 9, you don't need repair early on at all. This gimmicky with these double track features that you can see here, that you kind of have this going on, you don't need to pick repair in the beginning. So I usually don't pick repair in the beginning, but this tank, you can wait until almost the Tier 10 before you pick repair. I have not once really had a problem with not being able to, well, I have to, you know, oh no, I have to wait for repair time. Not a single time. So it's very comfortable with a new crew to grind through with this whole tech tree. But that is enough on that. Let's go over the crew. For the commander, I will pick Brothers in Arms, Sixth Sense, Situational Awareness, Recon, and then Repair. Just so I can get the full view range and I can mount more and different equipment on it, so I'm not forced to use what I'm using now. It's the ventilation, which I kind of like though. For the gunner, we go with Brothers in Arms, Snapshot, then we pick the Repair, and then Firefighting, and then Concealment. You could maybe, you know, squeeze in a Deadeye if you really want to. Maybe you wait the repair until 4th one, pick the Deadeye if you're using the small gun, because then you're gonna shoot faster, so you can maybe get more use of it. The driver, we go with Brothers in Arms, Smooth Ride, Off-Road Driving, Repair, and then, I don't know, Clutch Braking? It doesn't really need that extra. Maybe it does. Maybe it does. One of the things that that you didn't really see in the video is this kind of long turning when you put up some speed with the tank. You can turn on a dime, like you can, you know, spin around on one place, but you kind of struggles when, I don't know how to say it, but every time I do like a full speed forward, a long turn, you kind of struggle with that. And the loader, Brothers in Arms, Intuition, Safe Stowage, Repair, and Firefighting. You could pick Safe Stowage a little bit earlier. One thing throughout the line, except for the Tier 6, I believe, and maybe... No, I think all of them have the ammo rack in the front here. So Safe Stowage, also ammo rack in the whole turret as well. So it could be good picking Safe Stowage actually early on, instead of Intuition. But I like the Intuition just because, well, for example, a tank like the M6Y, M4, M3Y, M5Y, they all have this heat and AP, so you can choose between them. It's very handy, and then obviously for that non-armor target, the HE. But that is the crew. Let's go with the equipment. Equipment is fairly straightforward. I think ventilation, rammer, and vertical stabilizer is just the best equipment. The secondary equipment I can recommend is the turbo on it. Just for your speed nerds out there. I know there's some turbo people out there that has turbo and everything. But alright, sometimes you gotta contain yourself and not pick the turbo. Pick the ventilation for this tank. The shells, I go with 50-50. I found that working for me. When you sort of have hard time to pen, switch over to heat. When you need to snipe, get the AP because of the good shell velocity that it has. And then, when you have flank on them, you switch to the AP real quickly, 6 seconds. It's with the intuition now, it's like down to 1.7, I think it is. The intuition for me, so it's very handy for me, the intuition. With the big gun, you just load up more heat, because it doesn't matter. Like, you can have some AP for those side shots here and there, but the heat is, you just overload with the heat. Consumables, straightforward. Bring out the Coca-Cola. You want to boost the tank. Repair. And first aid kit. Pretty straightforward. Now to the field modification. The fun part. As you can see, I have not grinded through the field modification. So the first one is obviously this one. It could be that you pick the hull traverse, the suspension durability. The suspension durability doesn't really matter for this tank at all. The hull traverse, maybe. But this thing, the maintaining speed operates kind of like the hull traverse. It helps it a little bit. But more on the other things. The aiming circle, get it down. Oof, 0.3 dispersion. Now we're talking. 0.32 with the big gun. So it's kind of nice. And then you pick this, so you can have that secondary equipment. So full view range with the crew. And this one, yep. Nerf the gun traverse for the extra reverse speed. And then you boost the firepower to help out the gun. You can also boost the mobility for you turbo freaks. I know you're out there. But that's it. That's how I would pick for my tank. The M6Y in the American heavy tank tech tree of the newer ones that are out there. Overall, I'm kind of liking the tank, even though it's kind of a struggle. You can't really operate as a heavy, frontline. You can kind of do it, but you have a little bit problem with the cupolas in close hold down. Long range hold down, it's fine, but close is kind of bad. Same with the upper frontal plate and such. One thing I noticed is this viewport acts like a shell soaker. So you don't really... It can work magic for you sometimes, but they can pen here. And they can pen this as well. So this is kind of sad. But anyway, that's my little review of the M6Y. I hope you liked it. It was a long one. And I'll see you around.